Hi, and thank you for visiting my channel. For more information, kindly subscribe and follow. Now let's get started. It often takes a lot of effort for a WWE superstar to conquer Brock Lesnar in the Stamford-based promotion. Only a few names have the feet attached to their name, and Drew McIntyre recalled how he used his previous neck injury as a motivation to beat the Beast incarnate. In 2014, Drew McIntyre was released from WWE and started his journey on the independent circuit. After becoming one of the most successful names outside the company, the Scottish Warrior returned and became a major name in the Stamford-based promotion. In an interview with Chris Van Vliet, Drew McIntyre opened up about a past neck injury. It became a driving factor for the Scottish Warrior to work his way back into the company and ended up defeating Brock Lesnar for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania 36. I can do more. I do want to be back there. I do want to be world champion. The goal was to headline WrestleMania. I'm proud of what I'm doing right now, but what are we going to do? We're going to start looking at areas to improve. From 1520 to 1535. I was eating like a maniac when I returned from the neck injury. I was talking as much as I possibly could, and fast forward a few years, where I eliminated Brock Lesnar from the Royal Rumble. After looking at the match graphic for WrestleMania 36, wow, that was the motivation I used when I broke my neck, McIntyre said. From 1601 to 1624. Brock Lesnar and Drew McIntyre crossed paths in WWE after WrestleMania 36. In 2019, Drew McIntyre became one of the biggest stars on Monday Night Raw, and Vince McMahon's creative was high on the Scottish Warrior's run. The popularity and McIntyre's hard work led to a program with Brock Lesnar. Regardless of the ongoing pandemic, WWE continued its plan to push Drew McIntyre when he sensationally eliminated the Beast incarnate at Royal Rumble and got a title match at WrestleMania 36. Almost 2 years later, Brock Lesnar got one up on the Scottish Warrior in the same gimmick match in 2022. In the match's final moments, the two locked up and Lesnar won the contest by eliminating McIntyre. The roar of the crowd was deafening, echoing through the cavernous walls of the arena as Seth Rollins prepared for what many were calling the most significant match of his career. It wasn't just the typical pre-match jitters. Tonight was about more than just winning or losing. It was about proving that a career-threatening injury couldn't define him, but rather propel him to unprecedented heights. Seth Rollins was about to face Brock Lesnar, the Beast incarnate, and he was determined to show the world that he could do more, even after the odds seemed insurmountable. Just a few months earlier, Rollins had suffered a severe knee injury that could have ended his career. The damage was extensive, torn ligaments, and a prognosis that suggested he might never return to the top of the WWE ladder. It was a blow that would have made many athletes reconsider their futures. But for Rollins, it became a crucible of motivation. During his recovery, Rollins was a picture of relentless determination. He embraced the grueling rehabilitation process with a fervor that was almost obsessive. The days were long, filled with painful exercises and setbacks. But every time he faltered, he reminded himself of why he was fighting through the pain, to show that he was more than his injuries, more than the setbacks that life threw at him. The turning point came during a training session that Rollins described as one of the toughest battles of his life. He was lifting weights in the gym, pushing through the pain that shot through his knee with every rep. As he strained against the weight, he kept repeating the mantra, "I can do more." The match against Brock Lesnar was more than just a wrestling bout, it was a test of his spirit. Lesnar, known for his brute strength and dominance in the ring, seemed an insurmountable challenge for anyone, let alone someone coming back from a severe injury. But Rollins was undeterred. The weeks leading up to the match were filled with intense training, meticulous planning, and a psychological battle as Rollins had to grapple with the pressure of living up to his own expectations. As the night of the match approached, the energy in the arena was electric. The anticipation was palpable, with fans buzzing about Rollins' comeback and whether he could defy the odds against one of WWE's most formidable opponents. Rollins stepped into the ring with a look of steely resolve. His entrance was met with cheers, but it was clear that the true test lay ahead. The bell rang, and the match began with Lesnar asserting his dominance. Lesnar's raw power was evident as he tossed Rollins around the ring, each move a reminder of why he was considered one of the most dangerous men in WWE. Rollins, however, wasn't backing down. Every time Lesnar took a shot, Rollins took it as fuel for his fire. His resilience was on display as he absorbed the punishment and responded with a tenacity that was nothing short of inspiring. Midway through the match, it seemed like Lesnar was on the verge of claiming victory. He had Rollins in a devastating hold, and it looked like Rollins' comeback might end in defeat. But as Lesnar taunted him, Rollins tapped into his inner strength. He recalled the long nights of rehab, the pain, the doubt, and the sheer willpower that had driven him to this point. It was a mental game as much as a physical one, and Rollins refused to be beaten. In a stunning display of resilience, Rollins managed to break free from Lesnar's hold. The crowd erupted as Rollins, battered but unbroken, launched a series of high-impact moves that demonstrated the depth of his recovery. Each maneuver was a testament to his rigorous training and unyielding spirit. It wasn't just a match, it was a declaration of his return. The final moments of the match were nothing short of dramatic. Rollins, with the crowd behind him, summoned every ounce of his remaining strength. He executed his signature moves with precision and agility, each one a symbol of his comeback. The pinnacle of the match came when Rollins delivered a breathtaking curb stomp, taking Lesnar down for the count. The referee's hand hit the mat for the third time, and the arena exploded in a frenzy of cheers and applause. Rollins stood victorious in the center of the ring, the weight of his journey lifting from his shoulders. He had not only beaten Brock Lesnar but had also overcome the odds stacked against him. The injury that could have ended his career had instead fueled a remarkable comeback story. As he looked out into the sea of cheering faces, Rollins knew that he had done more than just win a match. He had proven something much greater. In the aftermath of the match, Rollins' victory became a symbol of perseverance and the power of the human spirit. His story was one of overcoming adversity, of using a severe injury not as a barrier but as a springboard to greater achievements. Rollins' performance was a reminder that even when faced with daunting challenges, the resolve to push beyond one's limits can lead to extraordinary outcomes. In interviews following the match, Rollins reflected on his journey. He spoke about the moments of doubt and the fierce determination that had driven him to continue. His mantra, "I can do more," was not just a phrase but a philosophy that had guided him through the darkest times. I